Okay, it's Saturday night, and I just thought I would show a little video of what I'm working on today. U-joints. So replacing the rear U-joint on the 4Runner, because when I came to a stop, I noticed there was like a little clicking noise, and I jacked the back of the 4Runner up and was able to figure out that one of the U-joints was going out. So I did a whole bunch of research trying to figure out which U-joints to use. Moog, Toyota, I think it's Spicer, GMB. There's a whole bunch of different ones. I ultimately settled on these guys. This is the part number here for the 3rd gen 4Runner that I happen to have. This is the Matsuba brand. These are made in Japan. So I liked that. These are one of the few U-joints I could find that's actually still made in Japan. So I'm very pleased with the quality of this particular U-joint. You can see I've got it in the housing that bolts to the pinion. It comes with a Zerk fitting. I'm not a big fan of using these because they kind of get in the way a lot of times during installation. I happen to have some 1/8 national pipe plugs around in stainless. So I ground these down a little bit so they'd sink in, and then just put in with some 271 Loctite. They come greased. I think probably the grease that comes inside them is enough for 100,000 miles. I have U-joints on my pickup truck that I think might have Zerk fittings. I never bothered greasing them or anything, so I just sealed it up. But you can kind of see I've done one. Like I say, this is the part that bolts to the pinion flange. And if you've never done U-joints, it's one of those things where if you have done it, you think, I've done this before. How hard could it be? It's always hard. I smashed my thumb with the air chisel that I used to drift these things back and forth. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube that show you how to do this. But the basic routine is you kind of got to get these little cups in, and you float it one way, and then you put the U-joint in, and then you float it back, and then you put these little clips in. These little guys, and it kind of retains it. And then you got to do the other side that way. And I'll show you over here. I'm just kind of working in the garage tonight, but you can see what's going on. So this is the drive shaft out of the 4Runner, and I use this snap-on air chisel with this little attachment right here that allows me to float the U-joints kind of out. And you can see this is the U-joint that failed here. And then the little cups, as you see, kind of interface in there and stuff. And they have little needle bearings. If you've never taken one apart, it's kind of interesting. And generally what happens is the needle bearings, and I don't know what exactly was failing. It wasn't too bad, but usually what kind of happens is the needle bearings get smashed up, and then it kind of becomes a downward spiral, and they eventually get bashed all the heck in there. I'm not quite sure why this U-joint was clicking around, but it was. And so I pulled it out, and then, like I say, you got to float those cups in and out. I just use this air chisel, and it works pretty well. And then I have some hockey pucks and a little steel puck from when I had my shock press, and a few little things just to support it, and then just hit it with the air chisel and kind of drive them each way. One thing I will say is when you're working on them, you kind of got to free them up and be careful you don't drive it all the way out and have one of the cups get caught out, fall out this side, because it can be terrifically difficult to get it back in. And that's why I think I showed there a second ago. I'll show you again just in case I forgot. I put a little chamfer on the outside of the cup, and that can help. sometimes getting them started, and when you're servicing them in the future. Let me just show that. But if you don't, and I have a video actually about repairing this. I'll put a link in the description to that, as well as a link to the U-joint here. Just get back to my desk here. But you can see I take these and I put a little chamfer with the bench grinder, and then I just hit it with the wire brush. And that, in the future, if you have to drift these things around, or even sometimes during installation, that helps. And it doesn't really interfere with anything because the U-joint cup rides on this machined kind of part, hardened and ground part. And then it rides in the machined area in there. So that's kind of shows you a little bit about doing the U-joints. And like I say, I searched high and low and ultimately settled on this brand. Some of the other companies, I think it was GMB and Spicer and a few different ones, they have excellent reputations, but a lot of stuff is kind of recently moved production over to China. And while I don't necessarily have a problem with stuff made in China, I have occasionally I'll have titanium made in China, and it's excellent quality. But for my U-joints, I kind of like the idea of having made in Japan for these, since this is a part that gets really abused, and I like the idea of having high quality Japanese steel in the mix. So anyways, a little bit of information for anyone who may or may not have to do their U-joints at some point. Definitely Matsuba is something to consider. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to use the comment section below. And there should be more content coming on the 4Runner. I'm happy to have gotten it on the road and registered, and it's coming along real nice. And I should have some additional videos here pretty soon showing where it's at, how I got it running, and kind of some of the things that are on the to-do list for that. Okay, thanks again for watching.